Secret Lair Secretversary Superdrop 2021 is upon us, and Wizards is not messing around when it comes to packing these things full of value. We have 8 new Secret Lairs, plus a Secret Lair Commander Precon deck, which we've never seen before, and 2 of these Secret Lairs are crossovers with League of Legends. We're going to dive in and review each of these and give them a 5-star rating based on art and value and decide whether or not they're really worth buying for us. Before we do, a couple housekeeping items. They're $30 for regular printings across the board for each of these. They're $40 for foil printings across the board, and the Commander deck is $100. These are available for almost a full month from November 29th, Cyber Monday, through December 23rd, which is perfect because you can buy them during this holiday season, and then they'll arrive just in time for you to open them before summer solstice in June of next year. Starting off with the Secret Lair Arcane of the League of Legends crossover, we got Path to Exile at $4, Rhystic Study at $32, Counterflux at $1, Thran Dynamo at $4, and then there are 3 more cards which we haven't seen yet. They'll be spoiled just the day before this Superdrop is available. We have Seize the Day, which is $7, and then Duress and Crows and Grip, which really are $0 cards. From an art perspective, my opinion is going to be a little bit biased because I don't even know what League of Legends is. I know it's a video game, and I guess Arcane is a TV show based off of it, but I don't know anything about that. So for me, the art just doesn't do much for me. I'm going to give it like a 2 Raphaels, but I'm sure for people who like League of Legends and like the game, this is way cool and super fun. Whenever you're doing an IP crossover, that's going to be a huge influence and factor as to whether people like these. So I know League of Legends is a really popular game. It's huge. It made a lot of money. It's a big game. So for those who are League fans, yes, I'm sure you love this art and you're going to rate it a 5. That's great. Good for you. I wish I could relate. Just simply can't. Now, from a value perspective, $32 Rhystic Study alone for $30, sign me up. That's a great value. You're getting that Rhystic Study, you can throw it in any of your commander decks, and then you have the 6 other cards that you just get on top of that for free. That's amazing value. Plus you got the Carpe Diem at $7, so I'm gonna go ahead and say, I'm gonna seize the day. I'm just gonna say that this one gets 5 Toyota Corollas from a value perspective. Next up is the Secret Lair Arcane Lands. Now for me, again, without knowing anything about the game or the show, these lands don't do anything special for me with that connection. And overall, these are just basic looking lands. They don't have any special frame or treatment. I mean, there's no full art or anything like that, so kind of lame, honestly, in my opinion. Sure, the art itself can be cool, and obviously if you like the show, it connects you there, but for me, again, I'm going to give these a 2 Raphaels from an art perspective. Value is a whole nother conversation, and that's going to be completely dictated by the market, because basic lands are worth 0 pennies. You will literally take a basic land stack and throw them away, and no one's going to shed a single tear. Unless these happen to be rare special lands, in which case everyone cherishes these. And we've seen basic land Secret Lairs before, and they can be pretty pricey these days. The Godzilla ones are $90, the Eldraine Snowlands are $90, the Unfathomable Crushing Brutality basic lands are between $60 and $70. Personally, those are the only ones that I open and I cherish and love those ones. The full text lands, those are like $38, but they're also really new, so they could age, in a year from now we could see these being $40, $50, $60, who knows, time will tell. The Seb McKinnon Swamp alone is $8, and that came as part of a bigger Secret Lair with a bunch of other cards, including Damnation, which really drove the value for those sales. We know that Magic players are willing to pay a premium for sweet basic lands, myself included. Who doesn't love having just their favorite, best, most awesome basic lands in their decks? So this one, value, who knows? Market's going to determine it long term. My guess, within a year or 2 from now, these will be worth a pretty penny. Sticking to the theme of basic lands, we're going to cover the other 2, starting with the Dracula lands, which are so fantastic. These are full art featuring the vampire just in different settings. These are beautiful, stunning art cards. My favorite might be the Plains because it does have London in the background, which is really cool. You can see Big Ben and St. Stephen's Tower on the right. These are fantastic. 5 Raphaels from an art perspective. These are just beautiful, and there's no question that these are going to be really highly sought after years from now. I mean, we've only seen the Godzilla lands exist for a couple years, and people love those, and they're really expensive. Imagine 5 years from now how people will be chasing after those Godzilla lands. And same thing with the Dracula lands. I mean, these are just so sweet. The 3rd Secret Lair for basic lands is the pixelsnowland.jpg, and these are so fun and different. I'm actually a really big fan of these. Like, typically when I see these type of gimmicky art things, I'm like, cute, good idea, but maybe I'm just showing my age here. These ones are just so nostalgic. They just take me back to being a little kid wanting to play video games on my PC, on my, the family PC. There's only one computer in the whole house, and it cost an arm and a leg to get, and it could barely run these programs, and you could play a sweet side-scroller video game or something. You even have the old Windows frame. I love these. They're really fun, and they are really cool pieces of art. There's interesting colors and contrast. Big fan of these. I'm going to go ahead and give them a 4. I don't want to be too liberal here. I'm going to give them a 4 Raphaels on the art perspective. From a value perspective, again, we see the Arcane Lands being really wonderfully chased after, and those aren't full art. They are beautiful and stunning. The fact that these are Snowlands is definitely relevant. I mean, Snowlands are now, this isn't just something from the 90s that they visited once. They've revisited these with Kaldheim, and now there's modern decks that care about snow. So people are going to want these, and I think they're going to do great long-term value-wise. Ultimately, the market will decide, but I'm a fan of these. Circling back to Dracula, we have Welcome to Castle Dracula. 3 cards here: Exquisite Blood, a $33 card; Knight's Whisper, a nice $3 card; and Phyrexian Tower, another $18 card here. And this one as Dracula's Tomb, my oh my, is that sweet. The art here is obviously through the roof, of course, coming off the back of Crimson Vow. Dracula's alternate cards are beautiful, and people are going to want to put as many of these as possible in their vampire decks, and how can you not? I mean, these are just fantastic. From an art perspective, I'm going to go ahead and give it a nice 4 Raphaels. These are so cool with the alternate frames and really special with the different names of the cards and the real name underneath and everything like that. Value? Yeah, automatic 5 Toyota Corollas. There's $54 worth of singles in this, and they are just packed into these cards. Again, the Exquisite Blood, you're paying for the entire Secret Lair, and then not only are you getting a nice $3-4 card, and on top of that, you're getting an $18 Phyrexian Tower. Can't believe this. Long term, these are going to be super sought after, having Dracula's Tomb here. So long term, you see this card really popping up in value. Great value here. Hope you're liking this video so far. Make sure to join the Wolf Pack by hitting subscribe. Fibblefip, completely, utterly, totally lost. Path to Exile, again being printed, a nice $3-4 card. Well of the Lost Dreams, $1. Frantic Search, $1. Intruder Alarm, $8. Shellduck Isle, $6. Now the art by itself, I'm not a fan. Kind of just gives me a headache. But obviously the flavor and theme of this, of doing like a Where's Waldo with Fibblefip, is really fun and cool and unique. So I do like that it has a nice uniqueness perspective. So that's going to bump it up a notch for me. But still, overall, these really are just getting a 3 Raphaels from an art. Not a big fan personally, but these are the most subjective ones. Some people are going to absolutely love these, and they're very fun and different. I get that. Value? Stinker. Real stinker. $20 worth of cards. Honestly, I'm going to give this a 2 from a value perspective. 2 Toyota Corollas, just not that great. Crocodile Jackson's Monstrous Menagerie, Ravenous Chupacabra, $0.50. Managorger Hydra, $1. Pathbreaker Ibex, nice $25 card. Teamer Sabretooth, surprised to see this is like a $3-4 card. And then Winding Constrictor, again, like $0.50. I'll be honest, I have no clue who Crocodile Jackson is. I guess he probably does children's book, I'm guessing. I don't really know. But this art, the simple plain backgrounds with a nice cartoon front, it's cool, it's fun, it's unique. It's not really for me, though I do like the Winding Constrictor. That one is fun. But overall, personally, this is 2 Raphaels. It's just not for me. Now, if you like these cards, sure, if they speak to you and this is your fun style of art, go for it. Nothing wrong with that. Everyone's different, to each their own. From a value perspective, honestly, you get $29 worth of cards for $30, so you're just breaking even here. So a nice, whatever, you just have to give it like the most standard 2.5 Toyota Corollas. Nothing special here. Last of the Secret Lairs, Far Out, man. You got Aether Gust, a nice $0 card. Counterspell, anywhere from $1 to $3. Obviously, you can get nicer premium ones that are more expensive, but it's very easy to copy a Counterspell for just a couple bucks. Fabricate, $6. Factor Fiction, a nice $0.50 card. And Mystical Tutor, a $22 card. This art is very bold and colorful and beautiful and stunning, and there's a lot to look at and unpack here. The very vivid, bright colors. I like these. These are really cool, and they're frameless, they're borderless, so I think these are definitely above the average Secret Lair at this point. Gonna go ahead and give them 4 Raphaels from an art perspective. Value? Meh. Nothing to get excited about. $30 worth of cards for a $30 purchase, so nice 3 standard Toyota Corollas. Nothing crazy here, but you get that Mystical Tutor, so if you're in the market for a Mystical Tutor anyway and you really like this art and it really speaks to you, sure, you can get the other cards, why not? Heads I win, tails you lose. The first ever Secret Lair Commander Precon deck. These kind of remind me of the Ikoria comic book cards. I think the art is cool. I really like the fact that you can have both options, that you're really getting double the art choices for your deck. That's a lot of fun. I like that, so I'm going to give it 4 Raphaels. They are borderless, full art, really cool looking cards. From a value perspective, this is insane. For a $100 Precon deck, you're getting over $200 worth of cards if you were to go buy all these individually. A lot of value packed in here. There's good value lands, good value artifacts. You got a Shadow Spear in there, so a lot of really good, powerful cards. This is going to cost you over $200 to buy individually, so obviously you're getting a nice more than 50% discount if you were to go buy all of these cards. But these aren't just a million like $1, $2 cards. There are plenty of cards that are over $5, a decent number of cards that are over $10. I'm going to give this 5 Toyota Corollas from a value perspective. After reviewing all of these cards, the question still remains which ones are worth buying and which ones are maybe worth passing up on, and the ones that just have a ton of value packed in on them, great. These are obvious buys if you're in the market for these cards. Just get them now. They're not going to be any cheaper down the road. One thing for sure to keep in mind is that you really don't want to have to pay for shipping, so you have to spend at least $99 in order to get that free shipping. So you can always combine orders with your friends or your local player group, because paying for shipping in 2021 is just like what? You know it, getting kicked in the Mistress baubles. No one likes paying for shipping. Now, if you like a bunch of these, obviously they do the bundle options for you, which give you an option to save a little bit of money. You save 17% if you're buying the regular bundle or the foil bundle. If you go up to the cleverly named bundle, you're gonna save 20% on your total price versus buying all these individually. Then if you really wanna go all in on these and you wanna add on top of that the Commander Precon deck and get the nice bundled bundle, again, 5 stars on the creativity for the naming of these bundles. Can't give enough credit there. You're gonna be saving $150, 22% if you're buying all these at once, but you're also spending $550 on this one Magic purchase. That's a lot of cash. In conclusion, what am I personally gonna do? Probably the same as always. Just buy one of the bundles, get a nice percentage discount, lower your cost basis, get free shipping, get a nice diversified portfolio of one of each of the products, and I'm probably going to add an extra couple of the Dracula ones, both the lands and the Dracula cards. Dracula cards, they're just packed full of so much value, particularly that Phyrexian Tower is really, really enticing to me. I can see that being a chase card long term. Nice to have some of those sealed. And the Dracula lands, they're something really pretty. I plan on using some of those myself, and again, it wouldn't be bad having those sealed in the long term.